I mean, honestly, I've got nothing, guys. I've got nothing for this game. I am not on the train of fire McDaniel, get a new quarterback, move off from Tua. But damn, those people are loud today. And I just don't agree with it, right? Like, clearly you haven't been a Dolphins fan very long if you think we should move on from both of them because we have suffered through so much worse for a lot longer than 2 seasons. Also, guys, we won 11 games this year. Take a step back, breathe, recognize that we are, without a doubt, the most injured team in the NFL, right? And we're in the playoffs. We still have everything to play for right in front of us. We're going to Kansas City. Got to go play in cold weather. Got to go get a win. I'm hoping this forces McDaniel to do some things he needs to do. It's so hard to watch how good our offense looked in the first half and then to go away from it entirely. I mean, we were running the ball all over Buffalo, averaging over 5 yards a carry. And then in the second half, we ran the ball 3 times. Buffalo's first drive of the second half takes a ton of time off the clock. We get the ball. We come out and throw 3 straight passes, go 3 and out. Why were there no run plays? I don't understand. I do not understand the logic there at all. Your defense is banged up, right? You're missing your top 2 edge rushers, and Van Ginkel is now hurt as well. And then your 5th or 4th string one, Cameron Goody, gets hurt as well. Like, you don't have anybody to rush the passer. You need to keep their offense off the field. You do that by running the football, and we just refuse to do it. I don't understand that, and that's the only time I really question Mike McDaniel. It's like, dude, what is the obsession with the pass game, man? Like, yeah, it's great. Tua led the NFL in passing yards, and Tyreek led the NFL in receiving yards and receiving touchdowns. That's all fantastic. But when you are running the ball effectively, I hope that they don't do anything. I would much rather a good run game lead us to a victory than a passing game where the passing game goes nuts and we lose because their offense kept scoring. Like, give me low passing stats if it means the running game is dominant the way it is. Devon Achane is too damn good to not get more than a couple of touches in the second half, especially when you have the lead. That's the opposite of what you're supposed to do. You have the lead. Run the ball. Run the ball. Run the ball. Very, very hard to watch that second half and feel good about it at all. I mean, talk about 2 fluky touchdowns from the Bills also. God bless our defense for how they played. Cheers up to Vic Fangio, who showed I can slow them down. He gave up 7 true points. Let's call it what it is. That touchdown to Trent Sherfield was unbelievable luck for Buffalo. He threw it off of Van Ginkel's helmet, and it just shot up in the air right to where Sherfield was able to toe tap and catch it for a touchdown. That was unbelievable. And then the punt return touchdown. It's like, oh my God, man. Come on. I don't know. I got nothing. I've got nothing for you guys. I've got no optimism today. It's been 24 hours since the game. I've got nothing but bad feelings about it. We should have won that football game. We were outplaying them for most of the football game. We turned over Josh Allen 3 times, and we just couldn't do it on offense. Once again, we were not playing complimentary football. We just have not played complimentary football these last few weeks where all 3 phases are playing well. And it's now or never, fellas. Like, if you want to play complimentary football, it's time to start. Could really use that. Also, no more holding people out to protect them from themselves. Coach, Waddle should have played yesterday. Raheem Mostert probably should have played yesterday. You're keeping these guys out to protect them. I get it. And yes, in the grand scheme of things, yesterday's game isn't all that important. And do I like us matching up against Kansas City more than I like us matching up against Buffalo again? Maybe. I'll get into that later on this week. But for what it's worth, like, I just don't understand holding people out when they could. Like, Waddle could have gone against Baltimore. He was that close. You're telling me a whole other week of rest. Everyone saw those videos of him online running the routes. He looked good enough to go at least 80%. I guess maybe you're holding him out for 100%, and then he has to go this week. And our offensive line looked good. Tua wasn't under pressure most of the game. It's just a game I felt like we should have won. Man, bummer. It feels like the season ended. It didn't. Obviously, we went 11-6. That is very, very good. That is pretty much where I pegged us to go, was 11-6. And if the ball bounces a couple of different ways, we're 13-4. But we're not, and here we are. Now we get, what's our reward for going 11-6? A trip to Kansas City where it's going to be negative degrees and it's going to be freezing cold. We better run the ball. We better run the damn ball all night long because that's going to be our best chance because nobody's going to be able to catch with that weather. I mean, good luck throwing and catching the football there. Speaking of catching the football, Tyreek Hill. Let's talk, buddy. Best receiver in the NFL, in my opinion. I have a Tyreek Hill fathead in my garage that I watch the football games with. Haha. But that being said, man, some big games. He has had some big-time catches. Let's take it back to the Eagles game. I mean, he's a walk-in touchdown if he catches it. And he caught it and got so excited he dropped it and then kicked it, and eventually we just ruled it an incomplete pass. Against the Eagles, the screen pass where he's hit pretty much immediately, puts the ball on the ground, picked up, scoop and score for the Chiefs, ended up being the difference in that football game. Against the Cowboys, he dropped that long touchdown that could have been the difference in the football game. I mean, that would have been it. He would have outrun them for sure for a 92-yard touchdown, and he dropped it, went right through his hands. And then against the Ravens, when it was bang, 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 offense score, offense score, offense score, offense score, we blinked first because Tyreek Hill dropped a wide open touchdown. It doesn't get any easier than the one that he dropped. And then last night, another couple of huge drops in the game where it's like, man, if he caught that ball, he's got space. We've got a first down. And instead, it's a drop. And it's like, so many balls hit his hand that he just didn't bring in. And it was really disappointing to watch that because it's like, dude, we need everything to go right. And when you are dropping the passes, we are screwed. Because then we're relying on Chase Claypool, who can't run a crisp route, who shouldn't be out there. We shouldn't be throwing him the ball. Tua should not have thrown that last pass. Terrible interception. I'm writing off the first one as an arm punt. That was terrible. Cannot throw that to end the game. It's 2nd and 10. Quit forcing it. I understand trusting the process, but don't over-trust it. It's Chase Claypool. It's not Tyreek Hill or Jalen Waddle running those routes. It's our 4th or 5th, maybe even our 6th best wide receiver. Why are we just hoping that he knows to cross the face of that safety when he didn't do that? He just didn't do that. I don't understand. That was a bad throw. Terrible interception there. But Tyreek Hill, we need you to come up. Now's your chance. Like, you haven't done anything in the big games. You've done stuff, but you've dropped key passes in every big game that we've lost. I need you to have the revenge on your mind of this game against Kansas City coming up. You've got to ball. If we want any chance in this football game, Tyreek Hill has got to ball, and we need guys to play. But I'll get into that later on this week when I do the preview for this football game. Assuming I don't have a baby, I'll be doing it right here, where we're currently working on setting up the new studio, or I'll be doing it from the hospital. But either way, you guys are going to get it. Haven't missed one all season. Haven't missed one preview, haven't missed one review, and I don't plan on it. So, tough game to swallow. But at the end of the day, 11-6, everything in front of us. Everything is still right there. Let's recapture early season magic. Let's go on a run, boys. Come on. Fins up. We'll see you guys in the next one.